My boyfriend said, I don't need to explain everywhere I go. I'm not a child. I said, you know what? You're right. Then I stopped explaining too, and he had a meltdown within 72 hours. For 3 years, I'd been giving detailed updates. Running to the store, I'd text with an ETA. Grabbing coffee with my sister, I'd send the cafe location. Working late, I'd call during my break to check in. It wasn't anxiety or control, it was consideration. Common courtesy when you share a life with someone. Damien never reciprocated. He'd disappear for hours without a word, show up at 2 a.m. smelling like perfume and whiskey, telling me I was being paranoid when I asked where he'd been. But if I was 5 minutes late from work, my phone would explode with increasingly aggressive texts demanding explanations. The breaking point came on a Tuesday. I mentioned I was meeting my college friend Rebecca for lunch. He immediately launched into, why do you always need to tell me every little thing you're doing? I don't need a minute-by-minute itinerary. I'm not a child who needs to be monitored. I stared at him. You're right, I said calmly. You don't need to explain everywhere I go. Exactly, he said, looking vindicated. And neither do I. I grabbed my purse and left. No explanation of where I was going or when I'd be back. Hour 1 of my experiment, nothing. Hour 3, my phone buzzed. Where are you? I didn't respond. I was at Rebecca's watching movies and enjoying my newfound freedom. By hour 6, I had 14 missed calls. By hour 10, he'd contacted my sister, my mom, and 2 of my coworkers asking if anyone had seen me. I came home at midnight to find him pacing the living room, face red with fury. Where the hell have you been? He shouted. I smiled sweetly. I don't need to explain everywhere I go. I'm not a child. His jaw dropped. That's different. I was worried. Funny how that works, I said, heading to the bedroom. Day 2. I told him I had plans after work. Didn't say what or with whom, just plans. He spent the entire day texting, calling, even showing up at my office trying to seem casual while interrogating my coworkers. I went to a pottery class I'd been wanting to try. Came home at 9 p.m. He was waiting at the door. You can't just disappear like this, he said, his voice shaking. I didn't disappear. I was living my life, like an adult. Day 3 was Saturday. I left the apartment at 10 a.m. in gym clothes. He asked where I was going. Out, I said. The meltdown was spectacular. He followed me to my car demanding answers. When I drove off, he called 47 times in 3 hours. He contacted the police claiming I was missing. When the officer called me, I explained my boyfriend was having a mental health crisis because I'd gone to Target and the farmer's market without providing him a detailed itinerary. I returned at 6 p.m. to find him crying on the couch. This isn't fair, he sobbed. You know I need to know where you are. What if something happened? What if you got hurt? I can't handle not knowing. I sat down across from him. That's how I felt every single time you vanished for hours without a word. Every time you told me I was being controlling for wanting basic communication. That's different, he insisted. How? He couldn't answer. Because there was no answer. It wasn't different. He just believed the rules didn't apply to him. I packed a bag that night. Damien begged me to stay, promising he'd change. He'd communicate better. He'd treat me with the same respect he demanded. But 72 hours had shown me everything I needed to know. He didn't want a partner. He wanted someone he could track while he roamed free. I moved into my sister's spare room. 6 months later, I'm dating someone who texts me cute updates throughout the day, not because I require it, but because he wants to share his life with me. And when I tell him I'm going out with friends, he just says, have fun, text me if you need anything. Turns out, healthy relationships involve mutual consideration, not one person demanding accountability while refusing to provide any. Damien still occasionally texts asking where I am. I never respond. After all, I don't need to explain everywhere I go.